Hello everyone! I'm here to talk about week 2 of the CVAP workshop. We learned about the different niches. We learned that if we wanted to focus on narration or voiceover, we could do audiobooks, AVPs, voicing movie trailers, or advertisements. And if we wanted to lean more into character voices, we could learn how to dub in different languages even if we wanted. We could train our voice to be more flexible and sound different for each character if we wanted to lean more into the acting aspect of being a voice artist. We had exercises where we were asked to read and voice the different types of scripts. I volunteered to read a movie trailer because I've always liked how trailers sounded in those previews before the actual movie starts in the cinema. I've always enjoyed those. That's why I always wanted to go to cinemas early because I always wanted to be there for the trailers. So I was excited to see that was part of the exercise, and I volunteered. I think it was for a romantic comedy, the trailer. And it was lighthearted and it was fun, and they let me do 2 takes, I think, to so I could really practice. And I was also able to watch my classmates voice other types like a radio advertisement, and some of them did dialogues for radio dramas. And I was glad to see that my classmates were having fun as well, and they were also volunteering. We were also taught about how different microphones would work in different situations, like how one mic would be better if you had a studio, and another mic would be better if you're just recording at home. It was nice to learn about those technical stuff as well, and it reminded me of how me as a writer, I also have different mediums when writing different things. For example, when I write poetry, I can handwrite them because my poems, personally, they tend to be short. So back then, I carried a little notebook and a pencil, and whenever I would have ideas for poems, I would just write them down in those notebooks. And sometimes, by the end of the day, I would already have the draft of a poem. When it comes to writing stories, however, whether it's short stories or some longer ones, I always prefer to use my laptop because I think faster than I handwrite when it comes to stories. And it's just more comfortable to use a laptop, and it gets me more in the zone as well. I feel more immersed in a story when I'm writing using a laptop. I feel more engaged writing the characters and building a world when I'm typing on a keyboard instead of just handwriting. I like to use different softwares as well for when I'm writing essays and when I'm writing a fictional story, because I've learned that those things are also factors in what sets me in the right mindset for writing either an essay or a short story or a poem. And I've learned from our lesson that different voice artists also have different preferences when it comes to microphones. And I'm excited to learn more about being a voice artist and the different types of microphones and devices and softwares that I can use. I'm excited to have my own preferences for them. So I'm grateful that we were taught all that. So now I know where I can begin, at least, in looking for the right equipment for my voice acting works.